Drummer by Guy Vanderhaeghe. You'd think my old man was the Pope's nephew or something if you'd seen how wild he went when he learned I'd been sneaking off Saturdays to Faith Baptist Church instead of going to 11 o'clock Mass like he figured I was. Which is kind of funny, because although Mom is solid RC, 8 o'clock Mass and sang a rosary at the drop of a hat, nobody ever accused Pop of being a religious fanatic. By no means. He goes to confession regular, like an oil change, every 5,000 miles or Easter, whichever comes first. Take the Knights of Columbus. He wouldn't join those guys for no money. Whenever Mom starts in on him about enlisting, he just answers back he can't afford the outlay on armor and where'd we keep a horse, which is his idea of a joke. So it isn't exactly as if he was St. Joan of Arc himself to go criticizing me. And Pop wouldn't have been none the wiser if it wasn't for my older brother Gene, the prick. Don't think I don't know who told, but I can't expect nothing different from that horse's ass. So, as I was saying, my old man didn't exactly take it all in stride. Baptists? Baptists? I'm having your head examined. Do you hear me? I'm having it examined. Just keep it up and see if I don't, you crazy little pecker. They roll in the aisles. Baptists, for Christ's sake. I've been there 3 times already and nobody rolled in any aisle once. 3 times? 3 times? Now it all comes out. 3, eh? He actually hits himself in the forehead with the heel of his palm. Twice. Jesus Christ Almighty, I'm blessed with a son like this. What's the matter with you? Why can't you ever do something I can understand? Like wrecking cars? This is a swift kick in the old fun sack. Pop's just getting over totaling off the first new car. Gene's totaling off the first new car he's bought in 8 years. A 1966 Chevy Impala. Shut your smart mouth. Don't go dragging your brother into this. Anyway, what he done to the car was accidental, but not you. Oh no, you marched into that collection of religious screwballs, holy belly floppers, and linoleum beaters under your own steam. On purpose. For God's sake, Billy, that's no religion, it's exercise. Stay away from them Baptists. Can't, I says to him. Can't? Why the hell not? Matter of principle. They teach us that in school, matters of principle. I swear it's a plot to get us all slaughtered the day they graduate us out the door. It's their revenge, see? Here we are reading books in literature class about some banana who's got one oar in the water to start with, and then he pops it out worrying about principles, like that Hamlet. Or what's his name, in A Tale of Two Cities? Ever notice how many of those guys are alive at the end of those books they teach us from? I'll principle you, says the old man. The only teacher who maybe believes all that crock of stale horse shit about principles is Miss Clark, who's fresh out of wherever they bake social studies teachers. She's got principles on the brain. For one thing, old Clarky has pretty nearly wallpapered her room with pictures of that Negro, Martin Luther King Jr., and some character who's modeling the latest in Wabasso sheets and looks like maybe he'd kill for a hamburger. Gandhi is his name. And that hairy old fart Tolstoy, who wrote the books you need a front-end loader to lift. From what Clarky tells us, I gather they're what you call non-violent shit disturbers. Me too. Being a smartass runs in the Simpson family. It's what you call hereditary, like a disease. That's why all of a sudden, before I can even think, for Christ's sake, I hear myself lecturing the old man in this fruity voice that's a halfway decent imitation of old Clarky, and I am using the exact words which I have heard her say myself. Come. Surely, by this day and age, everybody has progressed to the point where we can all agree on the necessity of freedom of worship. If we can't agree on anything else, at least we can agree on that. I got news for her. My old man don't agree to no such thing. He's up and bangs me one on the side of the head. A backhander special. You see, nobody in our house is allowed to have an opinion until they're 21. Of course, I could holler religious persecution. Not that it would do any good, but it's something I happen to know quite a bit about, seeing as religious persecution was my assignment in social studies that time we studied man's inhumanity to man. The idea was to write a 2,000-word report proving how everybody has been a shit to everybody else through the ages, and where did it ever get them? This is supposed to improve us somehow, I guess. Anyway, as usual, anything good went fast. Powbrowski got A. Hitler. Keller got dibs on Ivan the Terrible. Langley asked for Genghis Khan. By the time old Clarky got around to me, there was just a bunch of crap left, like no votes for women. So I asked, please, could I do a project on Mr. Keeler? Keeler is the dim-witted bat's fart who's principal of our school. For being rude, Miss Clark took away my privilege of picking and said I had to do religious persecution. Everybody was avoiding that one like the plague. Actually, I found religious persecution quite interesting. It's got principles too. Number one being that whatever you're doing to some poor son of a bitch, roasting his chestnuts over an open fire or stretching his pant leg from a 29-incher to a 36-incher on the rack, why, you're doing it for his own good. So we'll start thinking right, which is more or less what my old man was saying when he told me I can't go out of the house on Sundays anymore. He says to me, you aren't setting a foot outside that door, he actually points at it, of a Sunday until you come to your senses and quit with all the Baptist bullshit. Not that that's any heavy-duty torture. What he doesn't know is that these Baptists have something called prayer, praise, and healing on Wednesday nights. My old man hasn't locked me up on Wednesday nights yet, by no means.